All right, let's continue now with part two about our welding wages, our counterfeit money, and immigration. We're going to get to all of that. Probably going to be about 7 or 8 videos because I can't talk very long on here, okay? You'll just have to bear with me. But if you do, you're going to learn more than you've ever known in your life, okay? And I'm going to tell you where to go do your own research. I can't possibly teach all of it. I am a teacher. I like to teach. I could go for an hour on each one of the little nuances of this, okay? So we're talking about money. And we had silver certificates, gold certificates, and it was a note saying the bank owed you money. The Treasury, anytime you want it, you can come get your gold. That's how they got everybody used to the folding money. But then around 1910, these very crooked bankers, the Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan that you hear about today, they all got together and they came up with a very wicked scheme to take over our country. There's a man here, Mr. G. Edward Griffin. He's a Christian, about 90 years old now, and he is a great author. If you want to learn about the things I'm telling you, go buy his book. It'll help him out. He's in his 90s now, but it's more than that. A lot of books written about this crooked mess, but he did it where you can understand it, and he has summaries, okay? And it's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. All the rich guys in the world, you could think of Musk and all these guys getting together, and they went to Georgia, secretly on a train. And in Georgia, there's a place just offshore called Jekyll Island, and they secretly met there to scheme and hatch this plot to take over our money system. And they pulled it off. They had one of the U.S. senators there that was instrumental in pulling it off. He was a rich guy. They came back and they started lobbying to change our money from the Treasury to a central bank. Totally unconstitutional, and it was privately owned. You hear about the Fed all the time. The Fed is not part of the federal government, no more than Federal Express is part of the post office, okay? And they started printing these Fed notes, okay? And got it started in 1913. And the way governments would get money if they needed a war or they want to do something, before we used to have tariffs. And that's what Donald Trump wants again. He's talking about getting rid of the income tax. The income tax is illegal. And it came about when these bad bankers got together. Some people in Congress actually got killed, I believe. And they wanted to take over our money system. One of them bragged that he didn't care who was president or who ran the country. It just mattered to him who had control of the money. And he had control of the money. They got control of the money. So they started printing these things along with the treasuries. And they did that for some years up into the 50s. And these say nothing on it. This is no better than this right here. They're both the same. Neither one of them have any value. And we don't know what gold is in our treasury. It's never been audited. Senator Rand Paul's daddy, his goal since back when I was young was to audit the Federal Reserve and audit our treasury to see how much gold we really have. I don't think we have very much. In a minute, we'll talk about that.